Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Bhante.
Good morning, Bhante.
Good morning, Bhante.
All right. Today,
Morning, Bhante.
hello. Just,
Yes, Bhante, we can hear you. Good morning.
yeah.
Good morning, Bhante.
Good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, Bhante.
Good morning. Good morning. Now we are going to start the talk as usual. This is very short sutta I selected today. Very short. It's called One's Own Mind. Sa chitta in Bali. And the Buddha, on one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. There the Blessed One addressed the bhikkhus. Bhikkhus, they replied, Venerable Sir. The Blessed One said, Bhikkhus, a bhikkhu who is not skilled in the ways of others' mind should train. I will skill in the ways of my own mind. It is in this way that you should train yourself. Now, let us see the meaning of this paragraph. Normally, people can see others' mind by attaining superhuman powers. Otherwise, you cannot read others' mind. If somebody is trying to read others' mind, he will fool himself and pretend that he knows something extraordinary, that he has achieved something extraordinary. Normally people cannot do that. And therefore, easier way is to see one's own mind. One's own mind. And Buddha always was very practical. He was so compassionate. He said, in this discourse, he said, don't try to fool yourself. I will be skilled in the ways of my own mind. It is in this way that you should train yourself. When you look at your mind, you see what is happening in your mind. So Buddha said, and how is a bhikkhu skilled in the ways of his own mind? It is just as a woman or a man, young, youthful, and fond of ornaments, would look at her or his own facial reflection in the clean, bright mirror or in a bowl of clear water. So if one wants to, young people, a young woman or man who is very proud of his youth, want to see one's own face in a clear mirror. If the mirror is stained, dirty, you cannot see the face very clearly. So you clean the mirror or get a bowl of water. In Buddha's time, perhaps most people did not have mirrors. They use bowl of clear water. If they see any dust or blemish there, they will make an effort to remove it. If they see the dust or something on the face, some eye wax, something on the face. So they have to clean it. And they feel very embarrassed to see this. But if they do not see any dust or blemish there, they will be glad about that. And their wish fulfilled. What is the wish? They want to have a clear face, clean face, so that they can show their face to others. They will be glad about it and their wish is fulfilled. How fortunate that I'm clean. So too, self-accumulation is very helpful for a bhikkhu to grow in wholesome qualities. Now, Buddha gave the simile first, then Buddha used that simile to explain how a bhikkhu, the one who is supposed to practice Dhamma, meditation, to liberate himself from suffering. And also thereby he can teach others how to get rid of their defilements and attain liberation. So he practiced himself on. So Buddha said, one should ask oneself, I am often given to longing or without longing. Am I always often given to longing? That means he must ask himself, am I often, not always, but often, very often, am full of greed, abhijja. Abhijja means uh, excessive greed for others' belongings, others' appearance, others' property, others' gains and success, and so forth. One would become, one would think of some jealous eye, and that is called abhijja, excessive greed. Or if he is, am I often given to ill will or without ill will? Ill will is very, very strong mental state. When one look at it, look at the mind, you cannot look at others' mind. When you look at your mind, you will see you are occasionally full of ill will. Your will is ill, sick. And when the will is ill or, or ill will, you cannot appreciate anything. Neither can you appreciate even yourself. You always is grumpy. Or when you see you are without ill will, or full of metta. Or am I often overcome by dullness and drowsiness? That is restlessness and worry. That is one of the hindrances. Is look at yourself, not only during meditation, anytime when dullness and drowsiness has obsessed your mind, or free from dullness and drowsiness, you are awake, alert, your mind is clear. it's not always, but occasionally, periodically. Am I often restless and calm? Restlessness or calm? Am I always restless or am I calm? Am I often plagued by doubt or free from doubt? When you look at his mind, he knows that his mind is obsessed by doubt or free from doubt. Am I often angry or without anger? Now, you see, Buddha used these two words. One is ill will, other is anger. Ill will is very, very strong. Anger is mild. Periodically you get irritated and you get angry. That is not very strong. Ill will is very, very strong. And ask yourself, am I with anger or without anger? I'm very always remaining without anger. And might develop metta again. Is my mind often defiled or undefiled? Now, defile is various type of irritation, dislike, disappointment. With all these things, mind defile or without defilement. Is my body often agitated or unagitated? In Pali it's called saradhakayo, saradhakayo, agitated body, or without agitated body. Okay? Am I often lazy or energetic? You know, if one examines one's own mind, one knows very well that one is lazy or energetic. And lastly, am I often concentrated or without concentrated? Often, when we try to meditate, I gain concentration very easily, or I never gain concentration. And then, if by such self-examination a bhikkhu knows, I am often given to longing, given to ill will, and overcome by dullness and drowsiness, restlessness, plagued by doubt, angry, defiled mind, in mind, agitated in body, lazy, unconcentrated. Then this is what he should do. Seeing, recognizing what the particular state of mind is one thing. Then Buddha recommended remedy. You first recognize it. That means you recognize your suffering. All this cause suffering. Then, when you reflect your own mind, you see you are harboring reasons for suffering, which is not caused by others. You are harboring, nourishing, supporting root of suffering. Then he should put forth extraordinary desire. Extraordinary desire. That is, in Pali, adhimatto chando, chanda. Pali means adhimat chanda. Chanda means there are two kinds of chandas. One is wholesome, one is unwholesome. Here, desire. Unwholesome desire, wholesome desire. A wholesome desire is to get rid of desire, to intention to be desireless. Unwholesome desire is desire to perpetuate desire, increase desire, multiply desire. Therefore, in this case, he should put forth extraordinary desire, means he should apply not ordinary, extraordinary desire, not ordinary desire. Then he must make effort, vayama, right effort. You see, effort is one of the factors of the Noble Eightfold Path. That is the sixth steps of the Noble Eightfold Path, right effort. Right effort. So you have to make right effort to overcome that particular mental state. There are four types of effort. Effort to prevent, that is restraining. Effort to overcome whatever unwholesome state arisen. Effort to prevent is very, very important. For instance, if you have never done anything, don't start it. Let it be so. Leave the mind alone. Don't try to introduce. If you have never taken drugs, that is very unwholesome. Illicit drugs, which can distort your mind, and you cannot even meditate, you lose your good health and so forth. If you have never tried it, no matter how many other people try to introduce it to you, you never do it. That is the effort to prevent. And then, if you try it once and try to overcome, never to have it again. That's the second. Third is to arouse the strong will, a strong, wholesome mental state. Then the fourth effort, once you arouse it, maintain, support, sustain, and develop that wholesome mental state. That's the four types of effort. This effort, Buddha said, viriyena dukkam accheti. When you make effort, you can destroy your suffering. And you saw the cause of suffering earlier, and now you make effort to destroy it. Then you have to ussaho, zeal, not ordinary simple effort, but zeal. Then have enthusiasm, ussolhi in Pali, enthusiasm. And then appativani, indefatigability, and then sati, mindfulness. You develop your mindfulness to overcome that unwholesome mental state that is already arisen. The mindfulness is the very powerful, wholesome mental state that can destroy all your unwholesome mental states, and clear comprehension to abandon those same bad, unwholesome qualities. The last is clear comprehension. Clear comprehension also has four types. Clear comprehension of purpose. Why you want to do this? You have a lofty purpose. What is the lofty purpose? You want to liberate yourself from samsaric suffering, overcome greed, sorrow, lamentation, and you hold yourself on the right path and liberate yourself. That is clear comprehension of the purpose. and clear comprehension of suitability. You use this, apply your mindfulness to that amount of defilement, to overcome that amount of defilement. Then domain, your domain is 5 aggregates. And in this case, you have to use clear comprehension to overcome all these mental, unwholesome mental states. And uh, then domain, that's called sadhaka, sampajanya, then sabba sampanya, gochampanya, samoha. You are not confused when you have clear comprehension. You have recognized your problem very clearly and use your mindfulness to overcome that, to abandon those same bad, unwholesome qualities. Now, Buddha used more than one word to emphasize what we should do when you recognize that you have something in your mind. You see, even if you see in somebody else's mind something, some defilement, you cannot do anything about it. You are an outsider. When you see something happening in your mind, you have some degree of power, ability, skill to overcome that. So use this just as one whose clothes or head had caught fire would put forth extraordinary desire, effort, zeal, enthusiasm, indefatigability, mindfulness, and clear comprehension to extinguish the fire on his clothes or head. You know, when there is fire, your clothes is on fire. You cannot waste even a second. Your head is on fire. You cannot wait even fraction of a second to be lazy, to get rid of your fire, to extinguish your fire. You immediately act immediately. Don't waste your time. Similarly, when these defilements arises in your mind, don't wait for another second or date or a minute. Immediately put it out, destroy, using all these things. And then, when he examines himself, this called self-examination, bhikkhu knows. Here Buddha used the word bhikkhu because the bhikkhus are the readily available audience. It doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to ordinary lay people. It applies to lay people as well. And therefore, this is not something Buddha taught exclusively to bhikkhus. This is good for anybody. Because if all these defilements arise in anybody's mind, and all these defilements can get rid of from their mind by anybody, men, women, monks, nuns, and so forth. So they can examine themselves. This was self-reflection, self-examination. This was, you observe yourself, you watch your mind. Don't try to watch others' mind. Watch your mind. Because the mind is head, chief, forerunner of all other mental states. And therefore you have to examine your mind. By such self-examination, bhikkhu knows, I am orphaned without longing. I am orphaned without excessive greed. I am less greedy, or not totally free, but less greedy, then you will be very, very happy that you have mind without excessive greed. And he knows, I am not full of ill will. My mind, I used to have ill will in the past, since I have been what you call training myself in this way. Friends, Buddha did not say anything that we cannot practice. Buddha never teach us anything that we cannot practice. Buddha was so compassionate. Many times he said, because I don't tell you that you cannot practice. You can practice it. You can practice yourself to get rid of your excessive greed. You can live
Bhante G කරනවා. අනිත් ඒකුත් හදනවා. පාංගල් දෙන්න.
without ill will.
තමයි යන්නේ කියස්. මම ගොඩක් පුළුවන් නෑ යන්නේ නැත්නම් අපිට ගෙනියනවා සමන්නේ. ඒක මොනවද හදන්නේ නිකන් උත්තර සංස්කෘතයක් මන්දාරිය.
Hello, somebody is talking.
Yeah, today our room
Hello, somebody is talking. Please stop turn off your mic. So you can see that you can live without ill will. Now when you examine your mind, is free from ill will. Not mind is will. Mind is full of ill will. Free from dullness and drowsiness. You are alert and you are calm, relaxed. Your mind is free from doubt. Things are, Dhamma is very clear in your mind. And without anger, you are not getting irritated very often. Undefiled in mind. Mind has no any defilement. Unangan means without defilements. Unagitated in the body. Then asaradha kayo, without agitated in the body. And you are mindful and you are energetic, you are not lazy, and you are concentrated. You gain concentration very easily. When you see that all this wholesome state in your mind, or your mind is full of wholesome mental states, then you should base yourself on those same wholesome qualities and make further effort to reach the destruction of defilements. Now, this is the advice Buddha given to person who is striving to get rid of suffering. Buddha not only said very clearly that there is suffering, he gave many, many methods, various methods. Of course, all of them fall into the Noble Eightfold Path. Now you can see all this that we mentioned can fall into one aspect or another of the Noble Eightfold Path. So Buddha gave various ways, method, system that we should follow to overcome our defilements, overcome our suffering. And then eventually we will all attain the destruction of taints, asava, taints. Asava, we will use the word kamasa, bhavisa, bhavasava, avidyasava. Sometimes this also is used. Asavanam kayaya. Asavana Asava means influxes. Asava also is something that has been brewed in samsara for a long time. The longer they are brewed, the stronger they become. And then we get intoxicated with this asava and remain in samsara. And Buddha was so compassionate, he gave us a wonderful ways, more than one, for us to practice to liberate ourselves from intoxication, liberate ourselves from suffering. Now, friends, this is a very short discourse, but full of meaning, full of advice for us to follow. And then if you remember this alone is enough for you to practice to get rid of your impurities of your mind, defilements of your mind, and liberate yourself from samsaric suffering. Friends, I think my time is up. With this, I want to end this part of my morning session. And then I want you all to practice meditation. We have uh, almost 30 minutes to meditate. And I hope you can see the screen. And then start our meditation with metta. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, long or large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. As the mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment. Whether standing, walking, sitting, lying down, or whenever awake, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision, removing desire for sensual pleasures. One comes never again to birth in the womb. With these friends, let us meditate. By means of these meritorious deeds, may I never join with the foolish, may I join always with the wise, until the time I attain Bhavana. May the suffering be free from suffering, may the fear-struck be free from fear, may the grieving be free from grief, so too may all beings be. From the highest realm of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Friends, this is the end of today's session. We begin with meditation with metta and end with metta. And also I want to make my other part of metta. May all those who are in hospitals suffering from various diseases taken care of by doctors, nurses and hospital staffs, may they recover very soon and return to normal life, practice Dhamma, practice meditation, and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. And the doctors, nurses, hospital staffs who are taking care of these people with compassion also find time to practice Dhamma, realize Dhamma, liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May all those who have lost their loved ones and may still be grieving, may they be free from grief and understand the nature of life, practice Dhamma, practice meditation, and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. As we mentioned at the beginning of this session, those who are in trouble spots, war zones, discrimination, poverty-stricken, and so forth, look at their mind, don't try to blame others, and try to practice what we mentioned earlier, and practice Dhamma, and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May all those who are in the northern direction, northeastern direction, eastern direction, southeastern direction, southern direction, southwestern direction, western direction, northwestern direction, up and down, all of them be well, happy and peaceful, and all of them attain liberation. That is the end of today's session, friends. If you have questions, you may ask tomorrow at this time, and we try to answer them. Okay?
Thank you,
Thank
Bhante.
you, Bhante.
Sadhu,
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 sadhu.
sadhu. Thank you, Bhante.
Bhuma Pingsam Chitterwan Sannai.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you. Thank you.